Hello, my wonderful little artist friends. Welcome back. We are ready to take the next step and bring some concepts and skills together that we have been practicing for the last few months. So let's go ahead and get started. So in Module 3, we are starting our final project. We have been studying combining shapes to create new shapes since the beginning of school. We are learning how to change, that our perspective changes and our view changes when we change where we stand. Remember, we did that with our snowmen perspective pictures where we were drawing our snowmen from the corners. And we studied detail. How does detail help tell a story? We did that with our snowmen at night pictures. And then just recently, our last lesson was on warm and cool colors and how we associate certain feelings or moods with warm or cool colors. So we're going to take a look at an artist named George Rodrique. I had the wonderful opportunity of being there for a leadership conference in New Orleans a few years ago. I got to attend some workshops in his museum. And this is a friend of mine, another art leader. Her name is Penny, but we just loved this picture. So we took our picture there. But let's find out a little bit more about the blue dog. Well, really about the artist. So he has a website. He lived from 1944 to 2013. He was born and raised in Cajun country in Louisiana, USA. And he really wanted to preserve his Cajun culture. So he was led to art. One little story that I heard or when I was there was how he was sick when he was little. And when he looked out the window, there was this little dog in the yard and he just started drawing him. And that kind of inspired him to do the blue dog down the road. So there's a lot of information here. One of the things I really respect about him was that he really supports art education. And it says, where does it say that? Right here. As a passionate philanthropist, Rodrique founded the George Rodrique Foundation of the Arts, and there's the website, advocating for the importance of arts education. Programs include art supplies for schools, scholarships, and arts integration through Louisiana A+ schools. And the A+ schools, boys and girls, are arts-based schools, and we have those in North Carolina as well. So a lot of respect to him. And one of the things that he did was he promoted trying different things with the blue dog. So below here, you're going to see the step-by-step directions on how to do this project that I'm going to show you. But I'm going to show you these pictures through my Google Drive because I think it's a little bit cleaner. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to fold your paper in half twice. All right, so you can draw the grid with a ruler if you like, or you can simply just fold your paper. And I'm using a pink piece of paper just so that you can see it better. Sometimes the white is too bright. So you just fold in half once and fold in half again. Now, I did not fold mine because mine is in my book, okay? That's what we're gonna be drawing. All right, I probably should have showed you that already. I used a ruler and I measured my paper because I didn't want to tear it out. So if you would like to do that, then you can ask me because we'll be looking at this in person or after I'm done with the video, of course, I can show you. Or if you're with an adult, if you're watching this and you're not in one of my classes, then you can ask your adult to help you measure the paper so that you don't have to tear it out of your notebook. All right, but if you fold it in half twice, you have your 4 sections, okay? All right. All right, so the next step is you're gonna draw your dog, okay? Now, boys and girls, I did the blue dog. You don't have to, okay? You can do a different type of dog. Maybe you have a dog at home that you would like to draw and make it look like, or maybe you'd like to do a cat or a different animal. The idea is that it's an animal that evokes a certain emotion for you, kind of like the blue dog brought Rodrique some happiness when he was not feeling well. It brought him some inspiration. So I want you to pick an animal that would do that for you. I am going to ask, however, that it's a four-legged animal. Okay, and that the reason why is because I need to see that you're putting your shapes together. Okay, and you just can't do that with some of the like a snake or some of those creatures that are a little, we'll say, easier to draw because they have less shapes. All right, so I'm going to ask that you stick to a cat, a dog, those type of animals. Okay. All right, so you can draw them in any position you want. You can see here, I drew one straight, I put one in the corner, I put one upside down, one from the corner over here. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna decide which two you would like to be cool colors and which two you would like to be warm colors. All right, I chose these colors. I used colored pencils. You can use colored pencils or crayons. It's whatever you would like. Now, remember, black is a neutral color. So black along with white and brown, those are neutral colors. So you can use those colors in any of them that you want to. All right, and there I have the two done in cool colors. All right, you can see I added the black here because black is a neutral. And what colors do you think I'm going to do these to? You got it. Warm colors. And I have the warm colors. All right, now we have all this empty space around them. We don't want to leave that empty. Let's use that area and fill it up with purpose, just like we did with our patterns. I would like to see you draw a pattern in the background for each one. It can be any pattern you want to. I used a starburst, so I pretended there was a little imaginary dot. I can't remember where I put it now. It's been a while. I think I might have put it in the nose. And then from there, I used a ruler to draw these lines out to the edges. And you can see, I should use a straight line. You can see I connected them with the other side so that they aligned along the edges. So if the other one was here, I brought it there. So you can see how they touch this one and this one and this one. You don't have to do that. That was just something that I chose to do. You can put any pattern you want. Capiche? Capache. All right. And then you can use the opposite group of colors that you use to color the dog or the animal. So if I use cool colors here, I'm using warm colors for the background. And that creates something called contrast, boys and girls. And that's a new word for us. We'll get into that a little bit more later, but that's called contrast. And there it is, all done. Okay. And that is our final drawing project. I hope that we have fun with this. I'm here if you have any questions. All right, let's get started. I can find it.